Well, silver is up. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. You get a cookie. And, if you actually make this statement, Ben, I want you to say a statement like this. I want investors and I want people to buy silver to protect themselves from the upcoming collapse. If you said this, I would guarantee you silver would be in the three-digit range, no problem. And we will send you a case of chocolate chip mint cookies wrapped in silver tin foil that had your name and logo on the wrapper. So that'd be a fantastic reward for doing our bidding, and as you guys do to us. Anyway, it looks like there's other things going on. I'm surprised oil's going up. I'm like, usually when it breaks through, oil goes in $10 increments supposedly. It's not really a golden rule, really, but if it breaks through 100 solidly, a lot of times it goes up to 110. Then there's other resistance over there, and then I don't know. It'd be nice if it went up to about 150. I could sell it, and make some money on it. But anyway, as far as what Ben said, it's probably too early because it's supposed to be coming out at 2 o'clock Eastern time, and I'm looking for the news, and I says, oh, silver went up a lot, and gold and palladium and platinum, and I says, he said something good. He must have. I mean, what the hell else did it, right? This guy dictates everything. I was kind of wondering what he was going to say, if he was going to say anything really bad, because the last time, I'd have to shoot from the hip on this, but, it's not really shooting from the hip, because figure this. The last time, I think he scared the markets more than he intended to. When he's talking about taper, I mean, the whole globe just went down, And then it kind of woke up and says, well, really, how could they taper? And that's why it was going back up. So I think he probably said something a little bit the opposite this time. I don't know what he said, but it's like silver and gold and platinum and palladium went up. And, I could never figure that if economy's good, how the hell could silver be down? Really? Think about it. If the economy's good, how could silver be down? It's used in an industry. There should be a lot of pressure on the mines to produce more of it. And oil's going up. It's $106 a barrel on the WTI right now. And, that stuff's got to play out. So, if the mines are losing money with oil going up, they're even losing more money because 50% of the operating cost is from the cost of fuel. That's bare bones operating cost. I'm not talking about if you take the whole cost of mining the ore and minting it, getting it down, smelting it and stuff, I'm talking about if you're on bare bones operational cost. I'm not talking about, if you add in the depreciation of capital assets and things like that and other things that have been capitalized, such as, maybe doing impact fees, roads maybe they had to put in, irrigation, and that type of stuff. I'm talking about the bare bones operation. About 50% of it is from fuel. That's about roughly right. So if fuel goes up and you're running bare bones, I really don't see, I know what Jim Rogers said. They can lose money for a long time, but, actually, in the situation we are today with all the debt in the government, I think there's still going to be a lot of buying pressure on silver and gold. And it may not be coming from the West. It doesn't have to be. It's global market now. So, it's still way the hell down, but it could be moving up, and it looks like old Ben did us a favor. So, send him a chocolate chip cookie and tell him to keep going, man. And if he says something like, you need to buy silver and gold and platinum and palladium to protect you from the upcoming collapse because we don't know if we can hold this thing together, well, then I think he deserves a whole case of chocolate chip cookies wrapped in silver mint tin foil with his name and logo stamped on the outside of that wrapper. So, we got to work with this guy, pay him, give him some kind of reward for doing our bidding. What the hell? Just like they do for us, right? Anyway, as far as what's going on at J.P. Morgan, I don't know. I think they're long silver now for real. I know I heard about the Swiss with UBS. They sold off. They shorted it. But, I think even the big guys don't even know what the hell's going on exactly. They don't. They don't know everything. You know, I gave that example with John Corzine before, because you know you can say he's evil, but you know, look at it from another angle. The guy made a bet that was bad. He thought, you know, when he's betting the whole company and he's getting big ass trouble, he thought he had a sure bet. He's an insider. This guy was running Goldman Sachs, he was New Jersey governor. He's on the inside, right? And if he was making a bet, don't you think he figured that was a damn good bet? I mean, it wasn't like he was making a frivolous bet. And the guy also was considered, like, for a guy that was running a brokerage firm, he used to get out on the floor and try to find out what's going on with the action. He didn't want to lose this bet. He wasn't like saying, I'm just going to bet some money. He knew his ass was on the line with this stuff, and he lost. So I'm going to think of that, because when J.P. Morgan makes a bet and goes long silver, and UBS makes a bet and goes short silver, they really don't know either. They don't really 100% know. I think the only thing you can really rely on is central banks are buying gold for a reason. But when they sell gold, who are they going to sell it to long range? One word or two words. Two words. The middle class. That's going to be the buyer. That's when the pumpers are going to come into play. And I said before, don't necessarily trust Jim Rogers. The guy's made a lot of money because he's slick. You know, you could pick out, you know, he says a lot of different things. You know, he could pick out whatever way. He's not really telling, he doesn't really know for a fact, but, you know, he's not really like a gold bug either. Because you got to remember, gold is a non-producing asset. It's more like a hedge against collapse. You know, it's a hedge against currency failure or something. That's what it is, and that's why in some ways some people call it a speculative asset. Besides, you know, it's money too. But you know, he's not necessarily a gold bug. You know, you know, it's like I don't think he's. And I did point out, I guess I'll have to freaking point it out right here blatantly, that if Jim Rogers said this is a good time to buy gold or this should be around the bottom, everybody in the world would be buying gold and the freaking price would go up, because it would be all over the whole world. He's out there on, you know, he's not just somebody you get on a blog or YouTube or something like that. He's on all the mainstream channels. He's everywhere on every single mainstream channel. So if he said something like, I think gold's a good buy right now, he says he's waiting. And he says, oh, I'm going to wait. You know, it could be down for a couple of years, longer than you think, and all this kind of crap. Man, I smell exactly what it reminds me of other people saying, that shit's no good. While they're getting it. They don't know what they're doing, man. That stuff, I don't know about that stuff. Yeah, I might get some, I'm not sure. In the meantime, he's like, give me this gold, man. You know, that's what I think he's doing. I don't know that for a fact. I can't read it on YouTube or on the internet anywhere. But just knowing how those guys are, that's exactly how they play it, you know? You know, yeah, you don't want that stuff. Jimmy Rogers, man. How do you think these guys get money? They're shrewd. That's most of it. That's one reason I like Mark Faber too, because he's got street smarts. He does. Like, that's what I really call it. He's got street smarts. He's a lot smarter than that. And you know, I think he doesn't like the academics too, because they got no common sense. That's what it comes down to. But we do like Ben Bernanke. And I think I don't know. You know, by the time this comes out, if silver's going to crash, because he got to the last half of the FOMC meeting. But as of right now, and I'm looking at this thing a little bit over after 2:00, all of a sudden the metals start going up. He must have said something nice. So if he did, we got to get some of these chocolate chip cookies ready with the mint wrappers and shit. You know, with his name and logo on them, and send him some. And send him a whole case if he says, I think everybody should buy silver to protect against the upcoming collapse. If he says that, we're already over $100. Easy right there. All he's got to do is say that. So let's be a little shrewd in our silver investing here.